Why? Um, Topic of the day is going to be why do we avoid pain? Why do we continue to avoid what we need to face? It's so easy to get lost. Um, you know, find yourself doing other things and then brushing it off to the side. I did a lot of research, did a lot of reading on it, and number one reason why it's so easy to avoid because we become involved with something else. We become obsessed with something else. So it's easy to forget the other things. Uh, you know, we were hurt in a relationship. Maybe we lost somebody. We lost a job. So what do? We get a new job and go full forward instead of dealing with the pain from the past. What do we do with a relationship? We find somebody new, because we think this person will be better than the last. And I've done it over the years. Everybody has. We're all human, but we never stop to ask, like, why do we do it? My answer to it is because it's easier to do that than to deal with the pain. But what I found out, now I'm 31, is it's not easier, right? Because as we grow, we're not truly growing. We're stunting our growth because there's that issue that still resides within us, that's building within us that we don't want to face because it's too painful to face. But why is it too painful to face? Because we were comfortable with that situation. We liked where we were when we were in that situation. Yeah? We thought we were the best us. We thought that was the best for us. But it wasn't. Obviously, it wasn't because it's no longer in your life. At any point in time in life, if we lose something or someone, it's to make us better as people. It's very hard to lose someone. It's very hard to lose something. But it allows us to grow. It allows us to reach within ourselves and see, what we can do, how we can grow from that situation, how we can build ourselves as people, as humans. Because it's very hard to do that when you're watching other people live a happy life. You're watching other people do all this other stuff, but it doesn't matter what they're doing, right? We get so caught up in social media. We get so caught up in trying to be glamorous and live the life that you see people live with the pictures they post. But they're going through pain too. They're going through a struggle, and they're finding a way to get through that struggle, maybe through their travels. But what I wanted to talk about today is facing your pain and embracing it, because that allows us to grow as people and find out about ourselves. Dig out stuff we didn't know that was within us. Because it's so easy to just sidetrack it or brush off to the side and just dust it, brush it on the bed. Nobody's gonna see it. But you want to find out who you really are. Face the pain, and once you face that pain, it's going to hurt. It's gonna bring out stuff you don't want to deal with. But you can't continue to live life, love somebody else when you still have pain from another person. You can't do that to yourself. You can't do that to the other person. You can't do that to your life when you're still holding on to things that hurt. And it's okay because we all cry, we all go through emotional phases, but that we're human. That makes us us. So why not face that pain and embrace it? Because that pain makes you. Whether you want to admit it or not, it does. It's defining you right now if you're trying to brush off to the side because you're living your life tiptoeing around, trying not to, fall back into that. You're trying to beat it by going around it rather than going through it, rather than facing it head on and be like, this is my pain, let me deal with it. And it'll show. It'll show in your everyday life, in your relationships, in the way you approach things, in the way you do everything. Your pain will show. My main thing is, from the get-go, the biggest disappointment, one of the biggest disappointments I ever had was tearing my ACL. That hurt, right? And I always said, I wish I could play basketball still, but it wasn't meant for me. Basketball wasn't meant for me. And I give honor to God for Him to show me that because it took a while for me to be like, I really want to play sports, but sports wasn't meant for me. This was meant for me, helping other people. And He had to show me from so many different avenues and things I had to do that got to this place. And that's okay. I had to fight through that. And I avoided the pain for a very long time. And because it was the easy thing to do. I got to, I tried to do personal training, all this other stuff, but I never really embraced, tearing my ACL, not once but twice. So that was tough to deal with. But once I got to do that and face it, it was better for me. I took it head on, and it felt really good to deal with that pain because it showed me who I truly was. Not being able to play sports as much as I wanted to, I had to be shown that that wasn't my path. And then once I came to peace with that pain, I grew as a person. And that's something that I will always forever be grateful for, that was shown to me. So us as people, we grow when we deal with issues. When everything's going good, you learn things, but there's no true growth because you're happy with where you're at. So you're like, okay, I can improve this, but there's no actual personal growth within that because everything's going well. It's that time where it's not going well, where we actually get to find out who we really are. Because we do things we really wouldn't do. Because when everything's going well, we have a certain routine, we're happy, we wake up, same thing every day. But as soon as something smacks us in the face, what happens? We get knocked down. We have no idea how to recover from that. No idea. So that's where growth comes in. And that's where we can learn truly about ourselves. And that's where we can actually become a better version of us. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with letting go of certain things, of certain people, of certain situations to allow yourself to grow. And I think that's the beauty behind it. So I want you to ask yourself, why do you hide from pain? Why do you avoid your actual pain? Right? You don't want to ask yourself that. Nobody wants to ask themselves, why do I avoid the pain? Why do I don't want to deal with it? Because everybody has their personal reasons, and that's okay. Everybody has their personal reasons why they don't want to deal with their pain. But once you sit down and talk to yourself and you figure out that pain makes you, but you can turn it into a positive instead of a negative, that's when your whole life changes, right? Instead of allowing your pain to hold you back or be a negative part of your life, allow that pain to be a lesson for you to grow from that and be a positive part of your life and be that engine, be that push, be that drive. And that's the topic you have to have and discuss with yourself. It's a very tough topic because if you're in a job and you're in the same place doing the same things every time, something's holding you back. But you're not answering the question, what's holding you back? Because you don't want to face it, right? And everybody has that problem. Everybody's human. If you're in a relationship that is not healthy for you, why? Because something's holding you back. Something's telling you that you don't deserve better, but you do. So we have to face those issues within us. You have to be able to actually, talk with yourself, have a heart-to-heart with yourself. Stop trying to find answers in somebody else's life. Stop trying to find peace or happiness on somebody's Instagram page, scrolling through the feeds, trying to find that answer. It's not. It's within you. So stop. Put the phone down. Put all that down. It's real. It's time to have real talk with yourself. It's time to be, sit down and be like, okay, let's do this. And it's cool to actually write down checklists. I write down checklists like all the time. That's literally what my day is every day. Every goal I want, everything that goes through my head, I was like, don't let it pass, write it down. When you don't write it down and it doesn't become visual, then it doesn't happen. So write it down. First thing you want to do, something pops in your head, write it down. Whether it's something that hurts or something that can actually help you grow. Let it be visual first, because if it's not visual, you can't make it grow, because then it just leaves your head and you forget everything about it, and then you're right back to where you were. So let's write it down and have that discussion. Look at this list you just made, and this is your life before you, rather than living day to day, going through your feed and not actually, looking at your life. You're looking at other people's lives. That's not even their actual life. That's just pictures they take with filters and blah, blah, blah. They're building that so you can see it. But it's time for you to sit down and write down this checklist, write down out your life and do what you want to do. Write the pain you've been through and actually write down how you've overcome everything, right? So don't just beat yourself up with just writing down the negatives, write down the positives. Every day you wake up is a positive. That's another day on earth, another day for an opportunity, another day God allowed you to live to follow your passions. So let's write down our pain, let's write down our positives, and you can actually see it. Every pain that we've had, we've actually done something to battle that and to push us forward in life. But we're so focused on the negativity that we just let it be something that holds us back. And that's not good. There's so much in life that allows you to show. Just like sit back and just look at life. There's so much beauty in it. There's so much growth in it. Every person that crosses your path for a reason. Everything that happens in your life happened for a reason. You can't just think that's a cliche thing. It actually is to help you as a person. Every little small thing, you can't just let it pass. Just sit back and enjoy and grow from that. Every obstacle we have, that's for us to grow. Because life actually does want you to succeed. Nobody wants to sit on earth and do nothing. That's boring. Nobody wants to be another person that had another job, 9 to 5, and then boom, they're gone. Right? Nobody wants to do that. So be the person, be the change that you want to see in the world. So all that pain you go through and every obstacle that you have to fight, let that be like a positive. There is, exactly. Thank you, Brandon. There is no coincidences. There is none. Perfect. Brandon Hardy, thank you for that feedback. There is no coincidences. Everything happens for a reason. So be happy that it happened and move forward. Press on where you can move. Nobody wants to move backward. There's nothing back there. So stop looking back. Just keep going. Right? And that's what life has. That's what you have to realize. You're like, oh, why did this happen to me? Why are you asking why did it happen to me? That's the wrong thing. Take it, embrace it, and let that be the reason why you hit all your goals. But like I said in the beginning, what do you do first? Write down your goals. Right? Don't write down somebody else's goals or what you think you want to do. What do you want to do? You have to be able to have peace with yourself. Form a relationship with yourself rather than seeking other people, right? Be happy with you. That's number one thing. And that comes back to why do you avoid pain? That's the topic of this whole podcast. Why do you avoid pain? Because it's easy to avoid it and get involved with other things and let it and just sweep it out of the way. No. I say this phrase all the time. Face yourself and embrace yourself. That's how you're going to succeed in life. That's how you're going to get over everything that continues to bother you. Because if you don't, you're just going to have the same thing, the same issues, and everything you do in life. Not just at work, not just at school, not just relationships. Everything you do in life, you'll have the same issues coming because you're not facing yourself. You're not facing what's holding you back. And it's very tough. And whatever you have to do, to push yourself and find peace, you got to find that. And that's another topic for another podcast. Is what is your why? So what does drive you? And the pain and the struggles of life will help you discover what that is. It's not going to be a really surface answer because you want to do this. It's not something. No, it's something that's really deep. We'll get into that to another time. But what you have to realize, you have to find peace and love with yourself and face everything that you've been going through because it allows you to grow. And that's what us as humans are here for. Is to grow and to, plant seeds on the earth that'll grow beyond our years when we're here. We're not here just to live and just pass. So at the end of this, which I'm coming to a close, I want to say face yourself and embrace yourself. But the number one question you want to ask when I end this is, why do you avoid pain? It's time to move past that, you all. Thank you for listening in. Next Sunday will be my next podcast. Love you all. You all have a great day.